Hello and welcome to an interview that I'm buzzing to be holding. I'm here with Revivalry. So sorry about that. And yeah, thank you lads for coming on here.
Absolutely,
Thank
no
you for having
problem.
us.
We'll start off with the name as I just messed it up straight away. What's the meaning behind it?
So there isn't a meaning, is the short answer. Ages ago, we used to be in a band called Revival with me and the guitarist. And then we were like, oh, there's like another band called Revival. There's like a million of them. So we were really lazy. We went, add an RY on and call it a day. And that's it. There's no deep meaning or explanation. It's just a bunch of rubbish, really.
Perfect. How did you guys meet and what's the background of the band?
So basically, before I joined, Revivalry was a band like ages ago, just playing about, like just messing about a load of pub gigs and stuff. And then they messaged me on social media because I was about doing a load of acoustic gigs and stuff, and came to jam, and it basically just went from there, really.
The rest is history. Who's your musical inspiration?
I think it is. There's like a million of them. Honestly, that it changes every week. The main one, but with
I think as a band, Raytons have always been quite a big one for us. I think it seems to be the one band we can all agree on, excluding a few like the K's and that. But like as in terms of like your more mainstream bands, I think Raytons is like the one that we can all fully agree on and like get behind. But
yeah,
from there, it differs massively between us, really.
we've also taken a lot of influence from like bands like Supergrass and Catfish and the Bottlemen and stuff like that. Like the main like top indie bands really of like the 2000s.
Yeah, they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We'll talk about your studio sort of side of things. Is there a song that you've made that's completely sort of changed when you're in the studio?
There's one that it's not came out yet, but we're recording one, and it was like we originally started it as like we're going to do this really raw and like not much behind it and not add too much else. And then we came in the day later or like a week later, and all of a sudden we're adding like everything possible, all different effects and all that. So I think it's just that sort of thing really where we just come in with one vision and just leave with another because it naturally sort of gets to that point.
I think in the studio songs, that's when it really develops and becomes like the best piece of art that it can be. Like The Town, when we was in the studio recording that, was we played it quite differently to how it's recorded, and we still play it live differently now, but that's just how it develops. Like you might cut bits out of songs that you might do live, or you might decide to add a bit onto it.
Brilliant. And a studio session, is it more typically chaotic or is it a bit more structured and well planned out?
It's
It's well planned out chaos where we have like a set plan, but like during that plan, it's the most chaotic thing you could possibly imagine, and we won't have it any other way. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of because like we've all grown up with like different musical influences and stuff. Like Lewis has always been into his indie stuff. I've always been into like my metal, and Ben's just been into the most random things. Like he listens to a lot of jazz. I know that. We'll all have different like ideas of a song, so we'll go in and we'll Ben will say, "Oh, I want it like this," but then I'll be like, "Oh, I want it like this," and Lewis will say, "I don't know, I'm just a drummer." So that's how it works. But it goes a bit back and forth, and then we eventually decide, "Oh, actually, this way sounds better."
Brilliant. And we'll talk about live performances now. So we'll start off with the big one, Kendall Calling. How was it to play on main stage at a festival such a size?
It's really surreal because you see a lot of bands like play, like when you're going on YouTube and watching like old gig videos and stuff, they're always on like a big main stage and stuff, and you just think, wow, one day that'd be so cool, and then we did it.
You don't expect it to actually happen like later. It's wild.
Yeah, the backstage is really cool. Like just being backstage with a load of big artists, and the catering is amazing. So
who did you meet whilst you were
there? We met Pale Waves.
Yeah,
she was sound. Red Room Club.
Feeder.
Feeder.
Raytons as well, which obviously they've been around the house, but we met them again for a second time. It's all just a load of people like you just seem to walk across as you like backstage and that.
I mean, at Kendall, we met Royston Club last year as well, which they're such sound guys, and they're just so talented. They've just kind of gone like boom as well. So
Yeah, they could be the next big thing, I reckon. So
yeah.
we'll talk about Manchester Calling and Sonic Boom in London. Both different sorts of crowds. How'd that compare?
Yeah, I think every gig has a different crowd, to be honest. Like, you could get some that's like a proper into it, like moshy crowd. You could get some more that are shy and they just might sing along, they might clap their hands every now and again. But every gig is, like, recently it's been a really good gig, but in their own way. Like, we might get a massive mosh pit at one, and the next we might all just play really well together, and the audience might just be like really loving us and vibing to it. So
I think so. They're definitely like different gigs, like that London one and the Manchester one, but I don't think they're different in a bad way either are. They just sort of feel different, and we quite like that. It keeps it fresh, I guess.
That sort of leads to my next question. What crowd's better, northern crowds or southern crowds?
we've only done two southern gigs, so northern crowds, and that's also us being from the north, so we're a bit more. But if anyone from the south is listening to this, then get that south and get some of our best crowds.
Have you got a favourite city that you've played in so far?
Oh, there's so many.
It's quite a lot. Manchester's always been like pretty special. We're there probably more than any other place, and like we just love that. But then, like, if you also think of Sheffield, all of that, and there's just you can't really pinpoint one down. But I think we're at Manchester the most out of anywhere. I think
a bit of a weird one that no one really talks about is Hull and the amazing like music fans that are there. Like, it's so good, and it's really good to see like bands like the Claws and Reverend Club going and touring in Hull now, because it has got that scene. Like, there is people who will show up in their numbers to go watch like a lot of live music, so it's really good.
And talking about Hull, you guys will be there very soon, actually. How excited are you to be performing there?
Oh, I'm buzzing. We're all buzzing. Like, when we got the message through from our management, just being like, "Oh, we've managed to land the Hull Claws gig," was all buzzing, because we're such massive fans of the Claws as well. Like, and for them to one day randomly follow us, that was mental. So we just kept pestering, messaging them all the time. And I feel like we got on their nerves a bit, and they just was like, "Oh, just whack them on." But then they put us on this one again, like, because we did Barnsley at the beginning of the year with them. So that was really cool. That was an amazing gig. And we're finishing the year with them, kind of, because we've got one more or two more gigs after that. But to finish it like we started it, that's a really cool thing. And the Claws are such sound guys as well, so I'm just excited to see them again.
Yeah, I saw them on their opening night in Brighton for this tour, and they are absolutely incredible. And the Kairos as well, supporting them, like it's such a good lineup, isn't it?
Oh, it's mega. We love the Kairos as well. It's just such a great thing to be on.
Yeah, we got the set list from the Kairos, which is absolutely sound, absolute limbs. What's next? Your favourite song from the set list that you've got?
It's not actually out yet, to be honest, and I don't know when it's going to be out, but it's a song called Worth It, definitely. But out of all our release stuff, I think they all have a special spot. They're all very different, and live they're all very different, but like a special one has to be Blue Underground, probably, because we do it in the middle of the crowd and everyone gets the torches out and stuff, and it's always just so good. And then when Lewis kicks in with the drums and everyone's just turning around like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
I want to make the people jump. That's usually
yeah. And next we'll go into your headline show at the Underground in Barnsley. Obviously, it's a headline show. Johnny Blade's on the card as well, who's a personal favourite of mine. And how good would that gig be? Oh my god! Yeah, how good would that gig be?
That gig's going to be mental. It's going to be amazing. We've been trying to play with Johnny Blade for so long now, like,
because it's been long in the works of us trying and things not quite clicking, but we've finally got that slotting, so we're just proper buzzing and we love him. And it's like,
yeah, we played with him at the beginning of the year with the Claws, and he just really stood out to us because he was so talented, like, and his songs are really good. Like, I listened to some of his songs as well, like they're so good. And he was at Kendal this year. He wasn't playing, but he was just going and watching a load of bands and stuff. And I think we spent half of our weekend with him, getting drunk and stuff. So it was really nice.
And the Rosa Dogs next band that you'll be supporting in December, again another brilliant upcoming indie band. How proud of you to be on that support show?
Oh, it's so good to be on that support show. Like it feels ace. We've done a few shows with them. Like they supported Reverend and the Makers when we did as well, like all acoustic, and we've been on a few lineups with them. But for them to ask us to join them on such like an intimate and special show, that's going to be so fun. Like, and the Rosa Docs crowds always show up.
Exactly that. What's your most memorable gig so far that's not Kendall calling on that main stage?
Oh well, Kendall calling in Kendall calling in the calling out stage probably. Like that was in some ways, in my opinion, probably better than main stage because of the crowd. Like we filled out a tent and then the crowd was proper moshing and going for it, and that's probably like one of the most special. But if we're ruling out Kendall as a whole, probably the Lathams gigs when we supported them last year, they were really special.
And have you got a dream venue that you'd like to play in the future?
Josh has got a list of about 50.
There's about 50 of them. The main one's the Royal Albert Hall in London. For me, like that's the number one. But anyone playing Nottingham Rock City, hit us up. We'd love to play Rock City or just any big venue. That'd be a dream. If we're going modest, though, Wembley Stadium.
Very, very modest. Then we'll end on how important is it for people to get early to shows, see the sport acts and support the sport acts?
I think it's just essential for the scene. It's how it works. It's if you support the other bands and then they might be the next big thing that are headlining that venue. And it's just so important, really, to keep supporting the small bands, keeping it coming up and like just keeping it going. And it's just all a part of it. And then if you just end up supporting them and then they'll get to that level and then they'll have new support acts who then you can then support. And it's just keeping that scene going, really. It's really essential.
Yeah, it's such a cycle considering like bands like Catfish and the K's and the Ratings, they all started as opening acts and stuff like that. Like Arctic Monkeys, they would be playing to nobody in a tiny room at some point in their career. And Oasis, they like played tiny little venues and didn't even sell them out at one point. Like that's the kind of like importance that you need to go to like tiny little shows and you need to watch the opening acts just so then bands can get to the level of selling a lot of tickets and stuff. So it just makes some bands' dreams come true, like if you stay and watch the opening band.
And we're going to end on some quick fire questions. So first one, your favourite indie anthem ever?
Fire by Kasabian.
I'd go with like Club Foot by Kasabian. I think we're on a similar wavelength.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Your guilty pleasure artist?
Oh, no.
I don't really have one. I know Josh might.
I'm trying to think. I genuinely have no idea. I listen to so many.
The weirdest song or artist on your personal playlist?
I don't think I'm interested enough with my music taste for this.
It's not dead weird, but probably Youngblood, honestly. I've got a lot of Youngblood on my playlist, so.
The first album that you bought?
I think we're too young to be buying an album. The first album that I owned, like physically, I had a CD of Whatever People Say I Am Is What I'm Not when I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5-ish, and with like I'd play that on like my CD player, and I'd get in trouble for repeating all the lyrics.
I think it was for me Subliminal Verses by Slipknot. So
very good, very different. The most underrated band in the UK right now?
Ooh. There's so many good artists. Like we said, Johnny Blade.
The Claws have got to be up there.
Yeah.
They're growing, but I'd still call them underrated.
Pablo Carrizo, he's amazing. We had him support us in Sheffield and he's so good.
There's like a million bands we could list off here. Really, it feels bad to like choose a few, but like
The scene is growing so much. Your dream 3 day festival headliners.
3 festival headliners. I just can tell that all of ours would be so different. Like, we'll go. Ratings has to be up there.
Yeah.
The K's probably as well. That'd be such a good headline. And we'll go the Claws as well. All 3 of them. The top 3 indie bands at the minute, they should all headline a festival at some point.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. A must-have item on tour.
So Ben forgets a lot, so we don't really have must-have items because he won't bring them. Headphones for the van's quite good when you're sat next to him.
Yeah, I talk a lot in the van. I get really excited for gigs and stuff.
Headphones.
Yeah, probably headphones. Yeah.
And if you can recommend one artist / band for me to interview next, who do you recommend?
Ooh.
Have you done Johnny Blade yet?
Yeah, I've done Johnny Blade, yeah.
Okay. Who could he interview next? Have you done Pablo Carrera?
Nah.
Go for Pablo Carrera.
Give him a go.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, lads. That was superb, other than my awful voice. But yeah, thank you so much. And everyone, go stream out their songs. They've got a brilliant EP out. Go see their shows if you can. And yeah, just give these boys some love because they are absolutely brilliant. And the future is so high for these guys.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.